I'm a PC gamer.
But one of them is lying. Bell and Plouffe will compete over multiple rounds to identify who is the secret console gamer.
Numbers 1 through 5, can you tell us your names and gamer tags?
My name's Julie, and I go by Midday.
My name is Jam, and I go by Jam_Ong.
I'm Tyler, and I go by Two Changs.
Nice. Number 4.
I'm Thomas, and I go by Cyber12345.
My name is Caleb, and I go by Mattress Dealer.
Number 5, what's in your PC?
What's in my PC? I have an i5 12600KF, a RTX 3070, and I think it's like 2 terabytes of storage or something like that, 32 gigs of RAM. It's not bad.
Number 3, what's a really easy way to upgrade your computer?
You can plug it into Ethernet first. You can add more RAM and maybe add fans to make it colder to run better.
Plouffe will now write down one person he is certain is a PC gamer. If both he and Bell write the same number at any point, that person will be removed from the lineup.
Seasonic. Their all-focused V4GX and Core V2GX PSUs feature better heat dissipation than their previous models thanks to their OptiSync design. Learn more by using our links in the description today.
Numbers 1 through 5. Can you tell us what game you've spent the most hours in?
It's an MMO or a kingdom I've been playing for 10 years, probably a couple hundred hours every couple of months, so I don't want to go any further than that.
If I actually didn't want to share the total number of hours, I actually really respect. True gamer moment.
For me, it would be Dota 2. Got about 1,100 on there, but I've stopped since.
Good for you.
My most played game is definitely Rocket League. I probably have about 2,500 plus hours in it.
I think it's World of Tanks, maybe at 900 hours-ish.
My most played game is the original Destiny, and I probably have close to like 1,500 hours in that game.
Right away, I ask people what games they have the most hours in, because I feel like that gives a really good hint into what kind of gamer they are. Like contestant number 1 said MMO. There's like 2 for console, and ain't nobody putting a ton of hours in there. So right away, I knew, must be a PC gamer. Number 4, how big is your monitor?
27 inches.
Tiny, just absolutely puny.
What?
I was hoping they'd say something bigger than 27 because then I'd kind of assume that it was actually just a TV, but 27 is pretty standard. Number 1, how did you choose your gamer tag?
Oh boy, I was writing a story, and that was the name of the main character. I just spent 10 years writing a short story that turned into a novel, and that's the name I picked. Whoops.
Number 2, what's the nicest part of your setup?
I think it's my driving simulator. It's a fully built aluminum profile with a seat, basic haptic setup, and monitor and a wheel, direct drive wheel.
As a reminder, if any of Bell's or Plouffe's guesses match at any point, that person will be removed from the lineup.
No one has been eliminated yet.
Yay.
You didn't choose the same person?
You picked wrong.
Contestants, what was your first PC like?
My first PC is the one I'm using right now.
The first one is also the only one I have, but it's got a Ryzen 5 3600 and a 1660 Super, and I think 32 gigs of DDR4 and 1 terabyte SSD, 2 terabyte hard drive.
I had an old Dell Optiplex that I made a sleeper build in, and some old parts in there and some newer ones to make it my own little computer for home use.
In my opinion, if you've built a sleeper PC, you're gonna sit there and tell me like, oh, it had XYZ in it. You're not gonna tell me it was a mix of like old and new parts. It didn't seem like he was confident in what he was talking about there.
Dang, it's gonna make me sound old. Phantom 2 X4 965 Black Edition with a 5770.
Nice.
Old school, Antec 300.
My first computer I got in 2003, and it was my parents went to a local shop and gave them $500 and said, build something. I don't even know what was in it.
Number 2, what would you consider to be high refresh rate?
240 hertz, 144.
Okay.
Plouffe will now select one more person who he thinks is definitely not the console gamer.
Numbers 1 through 5, how many monitors do you have? Starting with number 5.
I only have one because my desk is about this big.
It depends how you count it. I have had up to 3, but my brothers have cannibalized my setup since I moved to university, so 1.
I have 3 and a projector, so I can watch movies in bed.
This is hard question to answer. I lost count. 7.
Okay.
4 of them is for the driving simulator / flight sim. The other 3 are for my desk.
I've got 3, but one of them's a hand-me-down that's got a deadline right in the middle.
Nice.
Ideal. Number 4. Do you watch anime?
No, my brother does, but I've just never really gotten into it.
Interesting. Everyone laughed when I asked number 4 if he watches anime, but there is logic behind it. If you don't watch anime, you're a little scared of the unknown. You don't like braving into things that you haven't done before, and that's a console gamer mindset. A PC gamer is an anime watcher and they're proud, or they're adamantly against it because they've watched it and they didn't like it, not just, I've never really watched it.
What's your favorite anime?
Oh, I don't watch anime. It's for absolute sickos. I'm not joking. Leave that. Number 5. Why PC?
I didn't want to pay for online anymore. I mean, my parents were paying for it anyways, but I figured if I could just play games that online that were free, it was probably easier. Use a mouse, use a keyboard, whatever.
Number 3. What do you use your other monitors for?
One of them is for Discord. One of them is for Spotify and like just random tasks that I have it for. They're pretty useless in the grand scheme of things, though.
Sounds about right.
Bell will mark down one more person who he is certain is a PC gamer.
We do not have our first elimination.
Really?
Plouf, I hate to say it, you're wrong, man. You gotta be wrong.
Number 4. What's the biggest digital marketplace on PC?
I forget the PC part picker? Or
no,
what
like
do you
digital
mean?
games.
Oh, digital games. Steam.
This is tough.
Jan, can you please take a step back and sit on the couch?
Wow. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2 really seemed like an obvious PC gamer to me. When you say you've got like 7 monitors, you've got a streaming setup, you've got a racing sim, at that point, like your racing sim alone is probably not console based. If you've got peripherals for it, you're probably playing on a PC.
Using a racing sim setup with a console doesn't really make sense, especially when there's haptics and direct drive. I don't even know if there's a console that can do that, but even if you could, I don't think most people would. So hearing that racing sim, clear in my mind, PC gamer. Number 5, do you play any competitive games?
Yes, I play Valorant, Counter-Strike, and sometimes League of Legends.
Disgusting. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm horribly toxic online.
Number 3, what's the best Christmas present you've ever received?
What? What is that question? It doesn't have anything to do with computers.
What if you say Xbox?
That's. I use PlayStation. Oh, a pair of skis. I've gotten skis for Christmas. That was a great Christmas gift.
An interesting thing, when I asked number 3 about their favorite Christmas gift, I'd said, maybe you'll say Xbox. And he'd said, no, I use PlayStation, which made me think that maybe that was a slip up in their console gamer. Especially someone who does sports, at least in my mind. From all my friends, people who skied and snowboarded liked those games, which were only on console. Number 4, what's your favorite controller?
I'd say the Switch controller. It's the most ergonomic, just like the fill.
No one in their right mind has ever said they like a Switch controller because it's awful. If it's a Joy-Cons, they have drift and they're uncomfortable. If it's the Pro controller, it's just a worse Xbox controller. This guy has to be a console gamer, because who else would say a Switch controller?
Both Bell and Plouf have marked number 5, who will now be removed from the lineup.
I was not confident in eliminating contestant number 5. He kind of slipped up on his own PC specs, and the answers were kind of wishy-washy. But then I remembered, I don't know the specs of my own PC, so we're gonna just hope it works out.
Number 3, what kind of keyboard do you have?
I have a Corsair K95 RGB. It's programmable, and I think in the Corsair software you can even like do personalized hot switches and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I do know a lot of console gamers who have keyboards now. You walk in, you buy this RGB keyboard, and you plug it into your Xbox or your PlayStation. Number 1, what kind of monitor do you have?
I've got 2 Acer monitors. They're very old. I got them for like $100 6 years ago.
Sweet. Okay.
And then the third one I just found in our storage, and like I said, it's got a deadline in the middle of it. But I just use that for like OBS and Discord. So it's vertical, so like on one side I'll have the YouTube chat for when I'm streaming, and then on the other side OBS, so they kind of overlap a little bit.
Number 3, if you could change one thing about your setup, what would it be?
That's a good question.
There's a lot of things, but one, probably just like a much better graphics card. I think that's what I'm lacking the most.
Number 4, do you own a console right now?
Yeah, I own a Switch, and I play at university with some friends.
Number 4, what mouse are you using right now?
I usually use the MX Master 3. I just find I do a lot of like engineering stuff, so it's really good for spreadsheets and Word and other things like that.
The thing about the MX Master is that it's actually a really nice mouse. I know that it's more for working. Maybe he mostly uses an MX Master 3 to just like do stuff on his computer, and then he games with a controller. I game with a controller probably 50-50. Okay. Number 1, do you have a desk pad? And if so, what does it look like?
Oh no. Yes, I have a desk pad. It's a giant Genshin Impact desk pad.
That's a gamer. Yeah, that's a good one.
As soon as they did not want to answer what kind of desk pad they had, I was like, oh yeah, they're a PC gamer.
Number 1, what's the most recent release you've played?
The most recent game I've played is actually probably Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
They're all console gamers.
You can be both.
Number 4, what's the best console of all time?
In my experience, I like the not the N64, the GameCube. It's just nostalgic, Double Dash, like being able to play 2 people Mario Kart. That was my favorite.
Okay, contestants 1, 3, and 4, please show me your gamer stance when you're computing.
I'm pretty good. Like, or I guess.
Oh, interesting. That was a good last question. Okay, Julie, go ahead.
I guess.
I don't hunch.
I get a real hunch.
You get a
Nice.
Now that there are only 3 people left in the lineup, Bell and Plouffe will make their final guess as to who they think is the hidden console gamer.
I think that the console gamer is 3, and that's mostly because of the sleeper PC answer. I think if they were more of a PC gamer, they would have given me a more complex answer of what exactly was in the sleeper.
I think that the console gamer is number 4.
Really?
Because Nintendo. If you're a Nintendo gamer, you play Nintendo your whole life, you're never going to be brave enough to adventure to PC. Never.
PC do it.
If one of these 2 people is the console gamer, they are going to stay in the lineup. If they are a PC gamer, they're going to take a step back.
No!
Let's go!
Why?
I did
Why
it.
4? Why 4?
I did it.
Aside from Nintendo.
It was a university, Nintendo, the brother stealing stuff. I was like, PC gamers wouldn't let that happen. You would have brought everything.
That's fair.
You would have brought everything with you.
I'm Thomas. I'm a console gamer. I do actually have a PC, but that was real. But I just mostly play console.
I can't believe I got it right. Actually, no, I can believe it. I'm great at this. I could smell him a mile away, no doubt in my mind, at all.
Feels bad that I was tricked. I was so confident it was 3. I thought they messed up for sure when they did the whole controller thing, like what's your gamer pose like? He's a big Rocket League gamer, yeah, so it really makes a lot of sense.
How does it feel? You tricked them.
It feels pretty good. Yeah, I was happy that I was able to fool at least one of them. The second I saw Bell looking at me funny, I knew I wasn't able to get him.
I can't wait to come back and win round 2.
Yeah, better luck next time, Plouffe.
And thanks to our sponsor.
Seasonic. As one of the leading manufacturers of power supplies in the world, their products are super reliable and backed by a manufacturer's warranty of up to 12 years, all while being transferable, meaning you're protected even if you buy used. The Core V2 GX is the newest addition to their entry-level lineup, perfect for first-time or budget-conscious buyers. The focused V4 GX amps things up with the addition of their patented hybrid silent fan control, letting you extend its life due to an optimized number of fan rotations. Both models are fully modular, 80+ gold rated, and feature a new OptiSync design, which enhances heat dissipation for better cooling. Learn more by using our links in the description and choose Seasonic to be the power supply pal of your next upgrade.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like competitions like this, check out our video, PC or no PC. Everyone cheer. Woo!